Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of SWE Dark. We've got three big matches. Well, we've got three matches for you here this evening. We're going to see some debuts. We're going to sort some rankings out. So without further ado, let's crack straight into the first match. Two debuts in this one. So this is the first match of the night, then. We are going to have the debuting Cameron going up against Jessica Havok. So without further ado, the ladies are in the ring and ready to go. So this should be an interesting one. Of course, this weekend we are going to be... Ooh, that was interesting. I thought she'd missed the big boot then, but she turned it into an elbow. And we're going to be having our Evolution pay-per-view. I'm going to say this weekend it's not. We're going to start things off a bit earlier. So the Evolution pay-per-view will start tomorrow. I'm trying a little bit of a different format with SWE. So instead of doing 3 big cards of 5 matches, I'm going to do 5 smaller cards of 3 matches and spread them out across different days to make it a bit more bite-sized and easier for people to watch. As Jessica Havok now stalking Cameron, has her throttled and will... Oh my god, look at the strength. Into that big spine buster. Of course, it's going to be pretty open to who can have an opportunity at Beth Phoenix this week, but with a dominant performance like this, Jessica Havok has got to have thrown a name in the hat, hasn't she, really? I think what we'll do is we'll pick the ladies that are top, well, close to the top of the rankings, which does mean that Thunder Rosa gets another opportunity, I suppose, but... Aja Kong, Ivory, former champion Kairi Sane. I don't know. We'll sort of see how we get along. We are going to have a tag team championship tournament as well to crown our first women's tag team champions as part of Evolution. But so far, Havok showing some incredible strength, destroying Cameron here. And it's a very impressive debut from one of these ladies. Not so much from the other. And here we go, the match number 2 of the evening. Leyla Hirsch, legit Leyla Hirsch, that is, goes up against Rebel. Again, 2 more debutantes. Just trying to test a few people out moving into the Evolution pay-per-view this week. See who's interesting. And there's a definite sort of size difference here. You can see Leyla Hirsch is very small, but she's also an absolute beast. She's so hard-hitting and, yeah... The definition of great things coming in small packages. But at the moment, it's Rebel using her strength advantage early on, sending Leyla Hirsch to the outside. Or Reba, if you will. I must admit, she looked really good in the on the loading screen. She didn't look as good in the actual match, but that doesn't really matter too much, I don't think. She rolls through. I think the logos haven't loaded, which is a bit annoying. I think that's why. I might be wrong. But now with the boots in the spine of legit Leyla Hirsch. God, yeah, that looks nothing like Rebel now. Oh, no, that's not... It's debatable. It is debatable, actually. There's moments where it does look like her, and there's moments where it doesn't look anything like her at all. Could be. Well, we'll see how she gets on here. And she's doing incredibly well at the moment. Boom, nice. Frankensteiner from the top by Rebel. Nice knee in the back by Rebel into the pin. And Rebel doing incredibly well. Legit Leyla Hirsch, though, turning it around, sending Rebel... spine first into the corner. Oh. She completely missed that corner attack, but now follows up with a big chop. And now another big chop across the chest. I like Leyla Hirsch. I think she's got a good sort of future going, to be honest. There's the pin for the 1. Only a 1 count. 1 more match left for you this evening. It will be a 6-man tag. We're going to see all 3 members of Team Taz, Brian Cage, Ricky Starks, and Will Hobbs going up against the local talent, Mago, Baron Blade, and Cole Quinn. But a rough week, Team Taz. 2 losses in 2 matches. Of course, they lost at Revolution yesterday or the day before. Can't remember when it was. Also losing in the Dusty Classic as well. So they've taken a bit of a hit this week. So they could really do with these points. Nice takedown there by Leyla Hirsch into the pin. Will it be enough? It's possible. No. Okay. Not quite. Not quite. We're getting closer, though. We are getting closer. Leyla Hirsch now with the big strikes. Springs off the ropes, comes flying back, big running knee strike into the face of Rebel. There's the pin. And the referee took a second there, but that still should be enough. And it is legit Leyla Hirsch with her debut victory here in the SWE Universe mode, defeating Rebel or Reba. I got mixed between Rebel and Reba at the same time. Legit Leyla Hirsch, well done. Rebel's back up on her feet and looking to potentially offer a handshake here by the looks of it. Yeah, she is. I'm not sure how I feel about this Rebel, to be honest. I think she's going to be a jobber if we do keep her around, but well, she did her job tonight, didn't she? And legit Leyla Hirsch gets the point. And here we go then, main event time. We've got 6-man tag, Team Taz, Ricky Starks, Brian Cage and Will Hobbs going up against the local talent, Quinn, Baron Blade and El Mago. So like I said in the previous match, Team Taz have had a very rough week, which actually puts them joint bottom of the tag team rankings alongside the local talent here. So they could really do with the victory. But not only that, it's been a bit of a difficult week for them. Say, losing the match against Sting and Darby Allin, and also losing in the Dusty Classic as well. It was a bit of a rough one for them, wasn't it? I mean, Brian Cage isn't doing too badly. He was already in a decent position in the rankings, but those 2 losses did affect him quite a bit. Ricky Starks, he's his first 2 matches, so he now sits on -2 in the rankings. So he really does need this victory here tonight. There he is. I'm trying to find Ricky Starks in the rankings. I can't find him. Let me sort that again. Have I messed up the spelling somehow? No, there he is, Ricky Starks. Yeah, he's on -2 currently, and powerhouse Will Hobbs. I don't think I've actually got Will Hobbs on the rankings yet, so this is actually Hobbs' debut, isn't it? Yeah, this is Will Hobbs' debut. So he'll be hoping for a good victory here. Start himself off on a high. So yeah, it should be an interesting one. I mean, we add another person to the rankings, which is always fun. But yeah, it should be an interesting one to see. Well, hopefully Team Taz can pull this out the bag. Be a bit embarrassing if they lost again, wouldn't it, really? But at the moment, we've got Will Hobbs, Quinn, Brian Cage and El Mago on the outside. Ricky Starks on the inside alongside Mr. Baron Blade. And they're currently on -2 Quinn. Baron Blade is on -1. And El Mago is on -2 as well. So they've lost all their matches, though. It's the best way to look at it. Ricky Starks with a Famehauser into the pin here on Baron Blade, but Quinn breaks it up. And everyone's in the ring now, apart from Brian Cage, who now does re-enter. And Powerhouse Hobbs with El Mago up on the shoulders into that power slam. Ricky Starks up into the lifted pedigree and the big discus lariat by Brian Cage. And that was a dominant victory. A very dominant victory for Team Taz. Will Hobbs gets the pin. But either way, a very dominant victory. There we go. That's going to help them out a little bit. Move them in the right direction, I feel, because they were a little bit worried there, I think. Especially Ricky Starks having 2 matches and losing both of them. So that wasn't ideal for him. But yeah, I can see how the rankings are starting to pan out now. There's still a lot of people in the wrong position. But of course, this week's focus is the women's roster. We'll be starting our Evolution show tomorrow. 5 days of 3 matches per day. We're going to crown brand new women's tag team champions. And Beth Phoenix will defend her women's championship as well. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Dark. If you have, like, subscribe, all that other good stuff. And I'll see you again tomorrow for our next episode. Good night, goodbye. God bless. Auf Wiedersehen.